Check. It's Tuesday night, and we're live from downtown Champaign, Illinois. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Nate Allball. I noticed last night on the video that the sound in my voice is like barely off. So don't pay attention to that. Sorry I brought attention to that. I keep forgetting every time I get in here, there's like a little setting in here. I can fix that with a little bit of toying and tweaking, and I forget about it every single time until I actually turn the camera on and go live. Then I think of it. Well, welcome to the live stream, everybody. Nate Allball here, longtime high school football coach here in Illinois. 20 years to be exact, just started year number 20. And we're in week one. Week one of year number 20 of coaching high school football. And today, unique day because our basketball players are all still playing basketball, right? Tonight is their last night of basketball season. And then, so they're trying to split time just enough to get their practices in. So we had a short squad today, but we had most of our interior guys, which happens to include my son playing middle linebacker. So we got to do some interior time, and I got to watch him 100% because I'm a DBs coach, and there were no DBs there today. So I just got to watch my son, and I cannot tell you the fatherly pride when he came downhill. Boom! And man, listen, he kind of got rocked, I'm not going to lie. But I was so thrilled to see him come downhill so hard. I mean, we got a tailback right now that's like 270 pounds. That's not an exaggeration. He's a mean, bad dude. And to see my son come downhill and take him on 100% was pretty awesome. It was fun. And it got my juices flowing right away. Like, there's nothing more fun for me in high school, in practice, in coaching, than interior run. Like, there's no doubt every single day of my coaching career, interior run gets me pumped up. Every time, interior run. What is it for you guys? Is there a segment of practice that you guys like more than others? For me, it's not even close. It is interior run. It gets me jacked up every single time. Well, welcome to the live show. We got 30 minutes. It goes fast. We're going to talk a little football. We're going to hang out and get to know someone new, right? You get to meet someone new. You guys usually would get some good conversation going in the chat. And we'll play a little trivia tonight. 5 quick questions. Anybody who's leading, you'll see the leaderboard over there. Where is it? Right there. You'll see the leaderboard right there. All 5 of those guys last night had 1 point. And all 5 of their names go onto the wheel for Thursday night. We spin the wheel, and the winner gets $50 cash, baby. If you can call it cash. It's as good as cash, right? Venmo, PayPal, whatever your preferred method is. $50 though, courtesy of the Coachpad, our sponsor for this week's live shows. No matter if you draw scout cards by hand or use a program on your computer, the Coachpad will give you back time by never stuffing a binder again before heading out to practice. The first over 13-inch electronic device allowing coaches to clearly display scout cards outdoors in the sun has been a game changer for programs this past fall and those currently playing all across the country. This new technology allows coaches to coach and not the monotonous task of stuffing binders on the practice field. Guys, thanks so much for joining us. Yes, Larry, I'm talking about your grandson came downhill and filled so fast. It was awesome. It was awesome. Again, our tailback's 275 pounds. He kind of, got one of those when he got there. But I'll tell you what, we're not going to face many 270-pound running backs. When he faces a normal-sized human, that's going to be real. I mean, he looked good, and it was cool to see because he's so reserved. I hadn't seen much yet from him this year. He hadn't really come out of his shell. He hadn't really come to life at practice. He hadn't seen anything special. And then the coach today, our head coach, goes, okay, 5 plays, O versus D, 5 plays, interior, all out, O versus D, and whoom, he came to life, as well as some of our other defensive guys. We were really worried about ourselves defensively until tonight. We did 5 plays, and in 5 plays we went, oh, okay, we don't have as much. We're not as worried as we were. I'm not saying we're going to have the world's best defense, but I can confidently say we're not as worried as we were. Jason Eddings in the house. What's up, Coach Eddings? Make sure you stick around for some trivia. You're already on the wheel. I hope that you'll continue to get on the wheel. Anybody else that's here, please check in. We appreciate you guys checking in. Let's go get our guest and bring him in, a fellow coach who followed through on an idea that he had with the Coachpad. So let's bring him in. Hold on a second. I'm going to hide my self view and I'm going to bring you in and switch my screens. Coach, how are you?
Hey, great, Coach. Thanks for having me on here tonight.
You bet, fellas. Tell me if I say your name wrong, fellas. This is Jason Kazar. Is it Kazar?
I go Kazar.
Kazar, Jason Kazar, fellow coach who followed through on an idea that he had. And we're going to talk about your idea. He's got the shirt on and everything.
That's
He's
right,
got the
man.
marketing going on. And it matches the little logo right above us.
Yeah.
So Jason Kazar is the guy, the creator of the Coachpad. We're going to talk Coachpad.
All right.
And I want to talk about not just the Coachpad, but like the journey of following through on an idea. Because there's a lot of coaches that have ideas, I think, and a lot of people, we all get these ideas. Mm-hmm. And that to me is what's going to be a really interesting conversation. So we're going to jump into the Coachpad, like your journey of that. We're going to jump into that after the trivia.
Sounds good.
And before trivia, we're just going to get to know you a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit. I want to get to know you as a coach. We got Chaz Douglas checking in the house from Canada. What's up, Chaz? I hope you'll stick around for trivia.
All right.
We'll be playing trivia today. It's a quick 30 minutes. I haven't seen you around here before, Chaz, so just letting you know it's a quick 30 minutes. We talk ball, we talk life, and we play a little trivia for fun. Coach, first of all, tell everybody where you're from.
I'm from Manhattan, Kansas. I'm a military brat, so I call Manhattan, Kansas my home.
And now, where is Manhattan? Because without a map in front of me, I can't think where it is. East side, central.
It's right smack down northeast part of Kansas.
Now, isn't that where Kansas State is?
Kansas State, yes sir. Yeah, Kansas State.
Now, didn't you say something about you played for Kansas State or you went to Kansas State?
That's right. I played for Coach Bill Snyder back in the day, back in the glory days. Yes sir.
You played at Kansas State for Snyder.
Yes sir.
Tell us about Coach Snyder. What's he like when up close and personal?
Hey, he's a great man, and got a lot of respect for Coach Snyder. He gave me a lot of opportunities, and so much of my life. I learned so much from him, and obviously after my playing days, took so many of the things that he taught us to apply to my life, my family, and now my two young boys. So it's gonna, he's here to, he's influenced me even nowadays. So.
Hey, tell me this, because I wonder this. The cool thing about the football coaching world is that there's a lot of industries where there's like I guess it's deliberately called ageism, where the older someone gets, like they just get phased out. But in the world of football coaching,
Yeah.
there really isn't. I mean, I would say the world of football coaching accepts. I mean, you're talking about a lot of big time coaches that are 70
Yeah.
or pushing it.
Yeah.
Tell me what a guy like Snyder, because he coached well into his 70s.
He did, yeah.
How does a guy like that, because a lot is made about the young coach and the energy that he brings. How does a guy like Snyder interact with a team? I'm sure he's very aware that he's an old guy. How does he interact? How does he bring energy? What's that like? Help us understand that dynamic.
Well, I think first just his past, what he did in the first round of what he did at K-State obviously affected, gave him so much respect, so much clout, so that when he came back out of retirement and came back the next time, he's kind of like that, that principal. You just know that, hey, this is a man of respect. We got give him all the respect he deserves, and then he leans a lot on his assistants. He always talked to us about, he hires great assistants. And I think that's where a lot of that energy can come from. You talk about that energy. I think the assistants can really provide a lot of that energy. But I think his knowledge and his, steadfastness of doing the right thing, no matter you're down, you're on top of the world, just staying steady and true. I think that's what comes with that age that you're talking about. So.
Now, did you grow up in Kansas?
I didn't. No, I was a military brat. So I was born overseas and lived in Oklahoma, and then my dad retired middle school in Kansas, here in Manhattan. So I've lived here the longest, so I'm calling it home. So
how long did you live overseas?
I've spent about 6 years of my life overseas total. I was born in Germany, in Stuttgart, Germany, and lived there for a number of years, over a little over 4 years. my youth, and then ended up playing some ball over there a little bit later on. So that's where I kind of picked up a couple other years to that number. And but I love Manhattan, and that's why I call this my home. So.
Yeah, well, Coach, great to have you. We got a few more guys hopping on as we get going live here. Guys, if you're just getting here, please check in. Let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to know who we've got on board. We've got Jason Kazar in the house, creator of the Coachpad, fellow coach, played college football under Bill Snyder at Kansas State. So we got a guy in the house that knows ball, and we're excited to talk a little bit of football. David Thomason stopping in out of Oregon. Welcome, Coach Thomason. We're going to play a little bit of trivia at about 8:15, and then afterwards we're going to talk about, like, as a coach, following through on an idea that you have. Coach, I got a few more just life questions here. Yep. What do you coach right now?
I'm doing middle school sports right now. I have a 4 and a 6-year-old, and I stepped away from the varsity and just doing middle school sports. I did middle school football. They only go 9 weeks. No weekends, that kind of thing.
That's not a bad gig. Yeah, that's not bad.
5:15, we're good to go. And then I did middle school wrestling. I was a head wrestling coach at the middle school, and then I even did middle school bowling. Just wrapped that up a couple weeks ago. So.
Wow. So are you an educator? How did you get into so much coaching?
Yes, sir. I was a math teacher for a number of years, and this year with COVID, they asked me to do remote PE. So I'm doing remote PE right now.
Okay.
Doing workouts on Zoom with some of these middle schoolers, and just trying to be a team player for the district,
That's awesome. Well, we got another guy checking in, Chase Yake. I haven't seen your name before, Chase. So thank you for joining. Hello from Northeast Florida. Welcome. Hope you guys all stick around for a little bit of trivia here in a few minutes. And again, if anybody else is just checking in, please let us know. Coach, I had probably one of the best 3-year stretches I had as a coach, most fun. I was working at a middle school. I was coaching football at the high school in town, but I was the middle school head wrestling coach.
Okay.
And I'm just all I can say is that I absolutely loved it. Yeah. It was incredibly gratifying. We just preached numbers. We built that program from 19 kids my first year to 85 my third year. Oh, wow. And we were just kids everywhere. It was awesome. I love it. And I actually work in a middle school now in my town. And they've never had a middle school wrestling program. And now that they've got me there, they're going, hey, would you be willing to take middle school wrestling? And I'm like, yes. Yeah. That is one of my favorite. Listen, I love football. And everybody knows it. And I love coaching high school football. I love it. But when it comes to wrestling, middle school wrestling holds a special place in my heart, man.
Yeah. Stand up, sit outs. Just the basics, right? Get those takedowns.
Amen. But man, we were a machine. All right, Coach, we're going to rapid fire you a couple questions, then we're going to play some trivia. Okay. Rapid fire, a couple questions.
Bring them. Bring it.
Favorite childhood show, or maybe one of the first favorites that pops to mind?
G.I. Joe. Kind of a cartoon. G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe. Dude, here's my childhood. My dad, I was really just a sports geek. But I just remember that my parents wouldn't buy me a G.I. Joe, and I was heartbroken. But I don't blame them, because I was probably only excited about G.I. Joe for like a week. And my dad was probably like, listen, if you're still excited in a month, I'll buy you a G.I. Joe. And of course I wasn't. I had moved on to something else. All right, first high school hype song that comes to mind, like a song that got you hyped back in the day when you were in high school.
Oh, it had to have been Rocky. I watched Rocky 4, I think, back in the day, and so Eye of the Tiger, that was the one.
Coach, I had to watch on a football trip. We had like a 4-hour trip, and they just played Rocky 1, 2, and 3 all in a row. And after Rocky 1, those movies, they're like some of the worst movies I've ever seen. It's literally like the same one. It goes like opening scene, somebody gets hurt.
Yeah.
Then it's like 30 minutes of musical montage and Rocky training, and then it's the big fight. It's repeat. All right. Last one. Your first car.
First car was a 1979 Ford truck. It was a pickup truck, actually.
1979 Ford truck. Mine was a little Dodge Neon.
Oh, I would've.
And it was garbage.
Ran it over.
Hey, but I got onto my second car quickly. Guys, let's go play a little bit of trivia. After trivia, we're going to talk about Coach's journey to creating something like the Coachpad. Like, I can picture Coach creating something small for me. I can't picture in my own world, like creating something like what you've created with the Coachpad. So let's go play a little bit of trivia, and when we come back, we're going to talk Coachpad. Pulling the trivia up now. Guys in the chat, all you got to do is to be the first to type the answer into the chat, and your name goes on the scoreboard. Okay? Once your name's on the scoreboard, if you are tied for the lead or have the lead at the end, your name goes on the wheel on Thursday. And the Coachpad is our sponsor this week. $50 cash coming to you just for playing a little trivia. All right, I'm going to go tweet this real quick. Trivia starting now. Let's go.
Sounds good.
Trivia starting now. Okay, here we go. First question. Type the answer. Be the first to type the answer into the chat. Now, Coach, everybody's on about a 30-second delay from us, so we'll have to just kind of fill the space.
Okay.
So don't give them the answer, Coach, but we might talk about whether or not you know it. First question. In the movie Back to the Future, what speed must the DeLorean reach in order to achieve time travel?
Okay.
When you think of this question, Coach, do you know it right away? I knew this one right away. Yeah. This one, this is one of those numbers that just never leaves. Ben Campos in the house. What's up, Coach? Just in time to play a little trivia and get your name on the board. You just got back from practice. See, I got back from practice. Coach, I cannot tell you the joy. You got boys, right?
Yes, sir.
The joy in my heart when I watched my son, middle linebacker, Phil, on interior road.
Oh, yeah, just shed a tear, huh?
I mean, I filled up with so much excitement. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. It is not 55, Thomason. No, faster than that.
Yeah.
Faster than 55. Faster than 85, Brent, but you're closer.
Oh, see,
you're much closer.
85. See, I was thinking 85.
You were thinking 85. Chase says 85 is not. What does the DeLorean have to get to in order to reach time travel? You guys are so close. You're getting there. Google that stuff, baby. Thomason on the board. It's 88.
88.
You got to get to
Close.
88 to achieve time travel. Thomason on the board. Let's go into your name, Thomason, and then we will go on to question number 2.
Nice job, Thomason.
Thomason on the board out of Oregon. Question 2, guys. Let's see what you got. Here we go. Let me go back to my... All right, there's the picture. There's the DeLorean. There's... Scott, Doc, there's Doc. All right, question 2. In what year did Nazi Germany invade Poland, officially beginning World War II?
Man.
Officially beginning World War II. In what year did they invade? This one, I knew, I got this one right, Coach, but I was only 80% sure. I was debating between 2 years. I was really debating between 2 years.
My father,
Go ahead.
My father-in-law, he's a history teacher. I'd have to call a friend on this one.
Phone a friend. What year? Actually, it's staggering to look when you see. We didn't come into the war till 1944.
Yeah.
And it's staggering to realize how long they fought that war on their own before we got there. And Thomason with the answer again. Fellas, you going to let Thomason run away with this?
Man.
It was in September 1st, 1939 is correct answer. 1939. So isn't that something, Coach?
I was thinking 40.
They started fighting in 39. By the time we got there.
Blitzkrieg, yeah.
By the time we got there, the Germans were like, think about those kids. Young kids fighting. They'd been fighting in a war for 6 years, basically. And then here we come. I'm reading this incredible book about tanks, World War II battles. And the Germans had a saying that said, our Panther, our tank is as good as 10 American tanks. Yeah. The problem is the Americans always have 11.
There you go.
That was the German saying, and that's what they'd be in the bars, and that's how they'd joke around. They'd go, ours is good as 10, but Americans always have 11. All right.
Tigers and Panzers, yeah.
Yes. Oh man. All right. Question number. There it is, right there. 1939. Question number 3. Which European soccer club has the most Champions League titles? So the best in each country's league goes into a Champions League.
Okay.
And they compete for the Champions League title. Now I think this Champions League's only 20 or 30 years old. but one team has more titles than any other. You can Google it, boys. You can Google
that
it.
one.
I know we don't have a lot of soccer fans in the house.
Yeah.
I'm only a soccer fan on the side because I really enjoy FIFA, the video game.
Okay.
Do you have a video game of choice, Coach?
I don't. You know, that's one thing I never really had one as a kid, and I don't have one now as an adult, so I don't play any games.
Hey, keep it that way.
Keep it that way.
Keep it that way.
Wife,
Do not, don't go towards video games because
Okay.
I can't. It's FIFA, man. It chews my time. Someone guesses Man U.
They look so real, you know, nowadays. Those video
They
games.
do, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Chase Yake, you're so close, dude, but I can't give it to you. He's got to be official name of this club. Someone's so close, Coach.
Yeah.
It is not Manchester United, fellas. The most Champions League
Champions.
titles.
I got a good guess. Yeah.
The answer is 13. There it is. Chaz Douglas gets it. It's Real Madrid.
That's right. That's what I was thinking.
Real Madrid. You know what I love about Madrid? Real Madrid, they have a song. Madrid, after they score, Madrid, Madrid, a la Madrid, y nada más,
Is that like
y nada
Boomer
más,
Sooner to everybody?
a la Madrid. Listen, as Americans and fans of like pageantry, I love it when you got a good song to go along. All right, Thomas on the board with 2, Douglas on the board with 1. Let's go to question number 4. Without delay, there they are. Real Madrid, 13 titles in the Champions League. How many time zones does China have? That's question number 4.
Man.
How many time zones does China have?
Man, these are
Fellas,
good. These are
ask
good
your phone
questions.
if you got to. Ask your phone if you... You know what? I need to you know what I was thinking? Good trivia questions are nice to have handy.
Yeah.
I need to
well-rounded ones here, Coach.
Yeah.
Well-rounded.
I need to PDF these, sell them for 99 cents. Teachers around the country.
Put these on Kahoot, you know. And
Exactly. Just
all the Kahoot people out there are like, yeah, that's a good idea.
You can't go wrong, man, with Kahoot. All right, guys. How many time zones does China have? This is a great question. This one compliments on my wife.
Yeah, well, the
how
U.S.
many
has,
time
what,
zones?
4?
U.S. has 3. Is it 4?
Well, yeah, I guess we don't count.
Yeah,
I mean, if
Mountain
you count
Time,
Alaska
Pacific Time.
And
Yep.
Hawaii, that would be different.
Right. Yeah, they don't count. They don't. So
Mainland,
4
mainland.
without them.
Mainland.
And China's monstrous.
Yeah.
Chaz Douglas ties it up.
Ties it
He's
up,
right.
man.
Oh, wait. Okay, here's what's weird. I thought I saw Douglas's name first, but then my chat put Yake above him.
Huh.
Yake got it. So I got to go by my official chat. On my official chat, Chase Yake comes in, and he's got the correct answer with 1, Coach.
Only one. They don't have
One
the
time
zones, huh?
No.
Huh.
So can you imagine how different it would be,
Yeah.
if there were no time zones in the United States? It would be odd.
Yeah,
I know
New
they
York
haven't
and-
always had them.
New York and California would be on the same time zone.
Yeah, I mean,
weird.
you'd be
Weird.
you'd be used to getting up at such different times. Okay,
Hey, that'd be
Chaz
helping
Douglas.
with chats, you know. That'd be helping with.
It would make things a lot less. Okay, Douglas, man, you caught a tough break there. I do not know why my chat, your name popped up first, and then Yake popped up, and it put him above you. I'm gonna trust the chat. I'm gonna trust it.
yeah.
Last question, boys. Someone's got to tie Thomas in to get onto the wheel for Thursday night. The only guys with a chance are Douglas and Yake. Here we go. Question 5. There it is. China, 1 time zone. Question 5. Which NFL quarterback threw the most touchdown passes in 2020? Which NFL quarterback threw the most touchdown passes this season? Did you know this one, Coach?
All right. Well, I think everybody's going to think of one person. Yeah.
Who's your NFL team, Coach?
Well, my family's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so I'm a Steelers fan by birth, I guess you could call it. And then, but living here in Kansas, I'm a Chiefs fan, so I kind of cheer for the Chiefs and the Steelers. So
Okay, so you kind of got 2 teams
yeah, I
here.
got 2 teams.
That's good. There it is. Chase Yake gets it. It is Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. I didn't think. I mean,
Who
I was
were you
thinking
thinking?
Brady.
Brady. So Brady and Russell Wilson tied for second
Oh, okay.
with 40.
40.
Chase Yake gets on the board and ties Thomason and Yake. You and Thomason both get your name on the wheel for Thursday night. Stop back by Thursday night. We're going to spin that wheel. Winner gets $50 cash,
Yeah.
courtesy of the Coachpad. That's our guy right there, Jason Kazar, creator of the Coachpad. Coach, we got about 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
I got a couple questions here. Well, I want to know, because again, I feel like I'm like a million ideas running in my brain, right? The problem is I never know which to chase and which not to. So tell us, how did you stumble onto the Coachpad idea? I mean, you're a teacher and a coach, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
like you're working full time,
Yeah.
and was this your idea? Tell us about how it started.
Yeah, it started way back in 2006, actually, when I was a defensive GA at Bethel College in Newton, Kansas, and I was in charge of drawing the scout cards for the defensive coordinator. And I said to myself, this sucks, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, we started getting, that's when like all the digital films started coming out and all that, you know, DSV and Huddle and all these other ones. And I was like, we use all this technology. There's got to be a better way than drawing them on the paper and stuff in binders. And then, so ever since 2006, I've been working on it. And then I became a defensive, I stopped at college. I went to high school and was a DC at a couple of places, an assistant coach, you know, and everybody was drawing scout cards by hand. I go to the AFCA, everybody's talking about cards, scout cards. Oh, they suck. I hate drawing them, stuff in binders. So that's really what just kind of kept me going on it and feeling that like I need to come up with this, you know, I need to work on this. And then finally the last 2 years here it started coming together for me. So
just in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So for those of you guys who don't know, the link is below. I want you to check it out at some point. The Coachpad. It's a pad, 13.3 inches.
Yes, sir.
You can draw on it, and now you can save the play that you just drew. And what's the coolest is that it's got like that. It's like that Amazon or
Kindle.
what's the one? The
Yeah.
Kindle. It's like the Kindle technology
Yeah,
where
you
like
need,
you
yeah.
can see it in sunlight.
That's the game changer, yeah.
And now you can save it, and now you can just scroll through the plays that you've drawn up.
Correct.
But there's so much more you could do. But okay, so tell me, like, all right, so you got this idea. How do you actually pull this off?
Yeah, that was well, I think, you know, one thing I was thinking about this earlier, and I was like, your local chamber of commerce, maybe in your town there, you got that business, you know, the chamber of commerce. They usually have those small business incubator programs or small business help. Reach out to them, because that really is what kind of helped me understand where I needed to go, what I needed to do. These are former business people that are now retired, or they're done being, you know, doing their thing in the big market. They're now at your local level. You're paying your taxes and you're paying their salary, and so they're there to help you and kind of guide you through. Don't do this, do that, kind of like a shark, but your tax dollars are paying for it. And they really helped me kind of guide me in getting this all, you know, all the paperwork lined out, making sure you're protected, and then just following through on, hey, all right, work on this week, work on this the next week, work on this, and so forth. And so I would recommend, if you have an idea, you know, look to your local chamber of commerce and like a small business incubator program. They really have you know, help for you and can kind of help guide you.
That's great advice, because that's not where my brain was going. It wasn't going there. And I think I didn't realize that that help was available, because again, you're talking about, I mean, you know, you need some real technology to make this happen, and real production and manufacturing and all those things that to me, they're intimidating.
Yeah,
right. But you crossed those bridges. Okay. So what was like an essential, like when did you get the first one, like your first prototype, and get to try it out?
It was about about a year and a half ago, I got one, and we started, I wanted to share it with some local schools, high schools and colleges here in Kansas. And luckily in Kansas, there's a lot of, obviously there's high schools, but there's a lot of JUCOs and a lot of D2s and stuff. So I went to and kind of took it to them and showed them what I had in mind, and, you know, asked for feedback. All right, what are some other things? You know, I'm a football coach, but I don't always think of everything. And so I wanted to get their feedback. You know, they were the ones there, the GAs. Those are the ones I really like talking to, are the GAs, because they're the ones that are drawing the cards, you know?
Yeah.
And so I really wanted to talk to them and get some feedback on what you would like, what do you think of this idea, this, and then just kind of, put all that together and started working on that, and then it kind of came to fruition at the AFCA in 2020.
So the Coachpad, you get your pad, 13.3 inches. Like, how do you get started? Is it literally just going to be like draw a play? Like, does it come with like the 5 guys, like your linemen already?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Or like, can you choose between things?
Yes, sir. There's the two coaches. The first thing I ask coaches, do you like drawing by hand? Because there's a lot of coaches that love drawing by hand. They still draw by hand.
I'm one of those guys. I love it.
Or they're drawing like with huddle practice scripts. We have a lot of our users are using huddle practice scripts. And so they're drawing everything. There's some awesome, just play, huddle practice, the huddle program, Visio, PowerPoint. They can create them on there, and then they can load those on the Coachpad in a matter of seconds. They don't have to stuff a binder
so you
anymore.
you can just load those straight on, and now you take that out to practice and you just go.
Correct. Yeah.
Is it touch sensitive, or is it like a button left and right?
You can either do a button or you can swipe with your finger. That's correct. So there's the two different, the coaches. There are two different types of coaches. You're either drawing by hand or you're creating them on a great program, and then you're loading them on there. And then even if you like drawing on a computer program, when you're out at practice and you need to change something, that's where you're able to maybe draw something up real quick. Like, I think they're going to do this, blah, blah, blah. And I got templates on there. We provide templates. That's part of the thing that you get is you get, like you said, like the field and the players and everything. And you can go at it like that, and everything stores. And so you can create little files. You can create your whole season on there. So you never have to, if a coach is like, hey, remember that play that team ran against us 2 weeks ago, that trick play? You're like, Coach, man, it's back in the office. I don't have it,
Yeah.
Well, now, boom, you're just going to pull it up on the Coachpad. You're ready to rock and roll. And then, they're on Zoom clinics. How many times you go to a clinic, you're on a Zoom, you go to an in-person clinic, you maybe draw something on a napkin or a little piece of paper, and then like a week later, you're like, man, I forgot, where's that piece of paper at, Well, you could draw all that. You could be putting all that on the Coachpad there at the clinic in like a folder for like summer 7-on-7 things to try or something, and then boom, everything's right there, ready to rock and roll. So,
dude, that's so awesome. Like to think about sitting there and just doodle.
Yeah.
All right, keep this because, Coach, here's me. Like literally, I was about to grab my bag, but you open one of my bags at home. You open any box at home, any drawer. There is a spiral notebook, and you start flipping through it.
Oh yeah.
And it's just drawing, and like I get stopped. I'm like, okay, what was this? Oh, that's right. I wanted to keep that and they're everywhere.
Yeah. Now you can organize them in folders and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, I did like. Okay.
And the big thing is you can take it out in the sun and you can see it out in the bright sun, which is totally different than a lot of other devices that are available to us right now. Is you can't see things with the glare and everything.
No, you can't. Not at all. Because I actually had a buddy that just said that. He's like, this Coachpad looks cool. He's like, but tell me why I wouldn't just use an iPad. And that's what I said. I said, you can't see an iPad. Like, you can't see it. You just can't see it.
Exactly. Yeah, and I just posted, I was at a clinic in Nebraska here recently, and I took it outside and I showed coaches, like, hey, I had like an iPad Pro, a large one. I said, here, look in the sun. And you couldn't see anything. I had a full brightness. The drawing was on there. You couldn't see anything. Bam, pull the Coachpad, and it was right there. So that's on my Twitter. If anybody wants to look at the Coachpad is my Twitter, and you can check out that comparison. But it's a game changer out in the sun. So.
Coach, I don't know. I don't understand. Like, again, I'm really blown away that you're able to take an idea like this, follow through, make it happen. You got this product out. Okay, so how do you balance, Coach, this teacher coach life with this new business and a real legit product? How are you balancing this?
Well, don't ask my wife that. She's probably not gonna like that. When I'm not at school, then I'm doing things here in the evenings and on the weekends. And hey, babe, I got to take some vacation. I need to go to this clinic. I go to the AFCA, or hopefully now if we get some in-person clinics. And that's where the summer, obviously, as a teacher and educator, now the summer can open the doors to go visit.
Yeah, you got to use it.
Spring break's coming up for me next week, so I'm going to be visiting people, and so just that type of thing is you just look for those little opportunities here and there. And now with Zoom, that's changing the game now.
Right. Yeah. Thank goodness. Right.
Yeah. It's a good. Zoom's a good thing for me. Yeah.
So give me an idea of like what, and we're over time. So we're wrapping up, guys. Last question, I promise. Thank you everybody for being here tonight, by the way. Leave us a like, thumbs up would be much appreciated. Subscribe, look up Coach Kazar on Twitter, look up the Coachpad at the Coachpad. Also click that link below and take a look at the Coachpad up close and personal. Coach, give me an idea, just like one challenge that running this business has presented to you that it was either hard to overcome or is a battle for you.
Things change. When you think you have the shipping figured out, when you think you have a piece of equipment that goes with it, an add-on or something, and then now they call and they say, hey, we have to change, we're out, or we're changing our line of product, now what are you gonna do? And so that's a constant challenge, is being able to go with other people's changes, and now how does that affect my product and helping coaches with the Coachpad.
Man, it's so cool to see a guy, again, I call us all lowercase G's. Now, you're not as lowercase as me because you played at Kansas State. I did not play any big time ball, but like all of us, it's so cool to see a lowercase G, just a teacher coach.
Yeah.
Go out and create something massive, because in my brain, I think a lot of us are like that. We just think like it's other people, it's these higher ups, it's these long distant people in Silicon Valley that create the cool stuff.
Yeah.
And you were able to get that done. So congrats, Coach, on starting this business. It looks awesome. The Coachpad looks awesome. I'm going to be telling my head coach about it. Guys out there, reach out to Coach Kazar if you have any questions at all.
That's a
Coach,
fist bump to you, Coach.
All right, closing thoughts for you, Coach Kazar?
Hey, I'm just trying to help coaches, solve a problem, save time, get back time to be with their families. And, the last thing I just want to say, in this COVID situation, we got coaching associations in each state. Coaches, reach out to your coaches association. They can be a voice for all of us. I think a lot of states are seeing that with all this that's been going on. So make sure you're turning to your coaches associations and looking for them to, be a voice for all the coaches.
Man, Coach Kazar, thanks so much. A pleasure to get to know you.
Yeah, same here.
And hopefully you'll stay in touch. Best of luck with the Coachpad. All of you guys in the chat, like, subscribe, join us tomorrow night. We're talking Power T tomorrow night, Coach. Power T.
I'll be here.
Always got passionate guys in the house when you start talking Power T.
That's right.
All right. Good night, Coach.
Hey, thanks for the time.
Guys, thanks so much for joining. It was another great night. I'm sorry I do run long often, but very grateful for your time, and I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow night.